Gotham City. Gotham City, created in Batman, is one of the most distinctive and atmospheric places I've seen in the movies. It's a shame something more memorable doesn't happen there. Batman is a triumph of design over story, style over substance. A great looking movie with a plot you can't care much about. All the big moments in the movie are pounded home with ear shattering sound effects, a jackhammer cutting style, but that just serves to underline the movie's problem, which is a curious lack of suspense and intrinsic interest. Batman discards the recent cultural history of the Batman character, TV series, the in-joke comic books, and returns to the mood of the 1940s, the decade of film noir and fascism. The movie is set at the present moment, more or less, but looks as if little has happened in architecture or city planning since the classic DC era comic books created that architectural style that you could call comic book modern with an E. The streets of Gotham City are lined with bizarre skyscrapers that climb cancerously towards the sky, held or apart by sky bridges and dressed that look like webs against the night sky. At street level, gray and anonymous people scurry fearfully through the shadows, and the city cancels its 200th anniversary celebration because the streets are not safe enough to hold that celebration. Gotham is in the midst of a wave of crime and murder orchestrated by the Joker, played by Jack Nicholson. And civilization is defended by only Batman, played by Michael Keaton. The screenplay takes a bow in the direction of the origin of Batman's story. Young Bruce Wayne saw his parents murdered by a thug and vowed to use their fortune to dedicate his life to crime fighting. And it also explains how the Joker got his fearsome grimace. It turns into a gloomy showdown between the two bizarre characters. Nicholson's Joker is really the most important character in the movie, in impact and in screen time. Keaton's Batman and Bruce Wayne characters are so impenetrable that we have to remind ourselves to cheer for him. Kim Basinger strides in as Vicky Vale, a famous photographer assigned to the Gotham City crime wave. But although she and Wayne carry on a courtship and Batman rescues her from certain death more than once, there's no chemistry and little eroticism. The strangest scene in the movie may be the one where Vicky is brought into the Batcave by Alfred, Bruce's faithful valet, and realizes for the first time that Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same person. How does she react? She doesn't. The movie forgets to allow her to be astonished. Remembering the movie, I find that the visuals remain strong in my mind, but I have trouble caring about what happened in front of them. I remember an astonishing special effects shot that travels up to the penthouse of a towering, ugly skyscraper, and I remember the armor slamming shut on the Batmobile as if it were a high-tech armadillo. I remember the Joker grinning beneath a hideous giant balloon as he dispenses free cash in his own travesty of the Macy's parade. And I remember a really vile scene in which he defaces art pieces in the local museum before Batman crashes through the skylight. But did I care about the relationship between these two characters? Did either one have the depth of even a comic book character? Not really. And there was something off-putting about the anger beneath the movie's violence. This is a hostile, mean-spirited movie about ugly, evil people. And it doesn't generate the liberating euphoria of Superman or the Indiana Jones movies. It's classified PG-13, but the reality is Batman 1989 is not for kids. Of course, the question is that should it be seen anyway? Probably. Director Tim Burton and his special effects teams have created a visual masterpiece in a place that has some of the same strength as Fritz Lang's Metropolis or Ridley Scott's futuristic Los Angeles and Blade Runner. The gloominess of the visuals has a haunting power. Nicholson has one or two of his patented moments of inspiration, although not as many as I would have expected. Oh, and the music by Prince, undercut with classics, is effectively joined in the images. The movie's problem is that no one seemed to have any fun making it, and it's hard to have much fun watching it. It's a depressing experience. It's the opposite of comic book, tragic book. Roger Ebert, 1989. Roger Ebert was a film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times from 1967 until his death in 2013. In 1975, he won the Pulitzer Prize for Distinguished Criticism. And we all remember with Siskel and Ebert whether or not these movies and these films would get 1 or 2 thumbs up. Batman, released on June 23rd in the year 1989. Here we are, it is June 24th in the year 2023. And it is 11/11. And it can be said, even though with Roger Ebert's criticisms, that if it was not for Batman 1989, you would have never had the MCU that you have today. Shout out to Jack Nicholson. Shout out to Michael Keaton. Shout out to Kim Basinger. Shout out to Robert Wool. And shout out to all the people, Tim Burton and the entire production staff, that set the standard and raised the bar for comic book films, regardless of the criticism. Because if we didn't have Batman 1989, you wouldn't have the comic book movies that you have today. Download the Live 365 app. Search WDCE. Follow me at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, all over social media. And make sure, like I said, go to WDCE.org, download the Live 365 app. And we'll be back on the other side of this music break to talk about what we actually learned today. Here on the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real media puppet. From the most trusted puppet in media, Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The fashion world was stunned today by the sudden death of models Candy Walker and Amanda Keeler. The cause of death has been attributed to a violent allergic reaction, although authorities have not ruled out the possibility of drug use. Peter.
And plans continue for the city's 200th birthday. As Mayor Borg announced today, the unveiling, this just in. 3 mysterious deaths at a beauty parlor.
And it's good. It's so good.
At a beauty parlor in Gotham.
I always forget you got a video.
Sorry, what the hell's going on?
Actually, this is hardly
Becky, kill the camera.
This is Renee on the news floor. Dave, I need the paramedics up here now.
New and improved Joker products with a new secret ingredient. Smiling. What is it? Let's go over to our blind.
Love that Joker.
Where's it coming from?